Hi everyone, this is Dr. Kristen Hess. Today I'm going to talk about a math concept and use 3-column notes to help you organize yourself. Today we're specifically going to talk about horizontal tangent lines. And how do you find them when you don't have the equation but just the graph? Before we start, you need to know what a tangent line is. Tangent line is a line, straight line that touches a curve on a graph at just one single point. So here's some examples. Notice I have 3 different curves here. This first blue curve is our curve, and this red straight line is our tangent line. And here's one single point where they touch. The second curve, same thing. Here's our blue curve and our red straight line, and they touch at just that single point, and same thing with this third one. Now, every graph has an infinite number of tangent lines. And so I want to show you what that means in practice. I'm going to show you a different graph, and I'm going to draw several tangent lines. So right here, you notice we get until these 2 lines cross, and there's a tangent line. And here's a tangent line. So this one crosses somewhere around here. This one shares a point right around here. This one shares a point around there, around here. Let's get in a horizontal one. So move that up and it'll be right around there somewhere. So doing it by hand, it's not perfect, but you can see that if any place that there's a point on the graph, you can find a tangent line. And so any point on the graph, there will exist a tangent line for that point. So infinite number of tangent lines everywhere you go. So that's those are how we get infinite tangent lines. So now let's get to the question at hand. What's a horizontal tangent line? So as we saw in the previous example, they're the tangent lines. They tend to be at the minimums or the maximums or the inflection points. If inflection point is a term that you're unfamiliar with, let me show you quickly what that means. So an inflection point is where a graph changes from concave down to concave up. So concave up is kind of like a bowl. Concave down is where it's like an upside down bowl. And so let me show you some pictures of these 3 examples. And also, when you have a horizontal tangent line, that tangent line will have a slope of 0. So at that point on the curve, the tangent line has a slope of 0. So notice here's several examples. So our first one, we have this curve goes up and down and up. And at this peak point, we have a tangent line. They share that maximum point, and it's a horizontal line. At that low point, it shares. And so here's another example. Now right here, notice how when it changes from concave up to concave down, it's not dramatic. So in this example on the left, it's kind of like an upside down bowl, right side up bowl. But here, it just goes and then it flattens out and then it goes up again. And so you've got that flat point right there. So minimum, maximum inflection point. And down here you have a tangent line at a low point, tangent line at a high point, and then where it flattens out. So when you're going for those tangent lines, that's what you're going to be looking for, is highs and lows and inflection points. For the scope of what we're doing, you're mostly going to see the highs and lows. So I've got a question for you to practice on your own. I want you to pause this video and identify the horizontal tangent lines on the graph below. As soon as you've identified them, unpause the video and I'll go through the answer with you. Okay, hopefully you had a minute to identify the tangent lines. If you are not sure, there are 3 horizontal tangent lines on this graph. If you didn't get 3, pause the video and come back in a minute. So the first horizontal tangent line is going to happen at this peak right here. And so we'll have a horizontal tangent line right there. Not the best straight line, but you get the idea. Here's a low point. So here's a second horizontal tangent line. And last, here's another high point, and here is another horizontal tangent line. So in summary, in this video, we've talked about tangent lines. What do tangent lines mean? We've talked about horizontal tangent lines and how to visually find them from a graph. And we practiced identifying horizontal tangent lines on a graph. Thank you for watching and feel free to reach out with me with any questions. Have a great day.